It's going to consist on the undercard of 3 grappling matches and 2 kickboxing matches. Now, a little bit of business before we get started. The men and women competing tonight have trained hard for this opportunity to shine for their friends, families, coaches, and teams. And they all aspire to the level of professional competition. Out of respect for the athletes and those around you, please conduct yourselves accordingly. Absolutely no violence will be tolerated. And anyone jeopardizing the safety of the champions, the PFL fans, or the fighters will be ejected and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Another note is, under no circumstances is anybody allowed to cross these ropes into the ringside area. Security will escort you out immediately. Absolutamente nadie puede pasar los cordones por el lugar al lado de la jaula. So please, take as many flash photos and videos as you'd like of the venue, the competition, the fighters, and please post generously to your social media accounts using hashtag PFL25. Our first event for you tonight is brought to you by Art in Motion, Aim for Greatness. Our first match is 6 minutes of grappling action. So let's bring in the fighter from the blue corner, Anthony Molina. Rosa.
Well, welcome everybody to Premier Fight League 25 here at Champion Sports Bar in Doral, in Miami. Alongside me is Robert Johnston, our ring announcer. My name's Guillermo Garcia, and we're here with our first fight of the night, no-gi jiu-jitsu match between Oscar Rosa in the red corner and Anthony Molina in the blue.
Man, I tell you what, I love watching Anthony Molina fight. He's so flexible. He's the type of guy you can't stand sparring because he's so flexible. He's like a Gumby. It's frustrating. And he's always going for the leg locks.
Yeah, that's what he's famous for, guys. These guys have never seen him here at PFL. He's a regular around here. His leg locks are so dangerous.
That's a nice defense by Oscar Rosa. He was going for the heel hook there, and he's still got that leg wrapped. Still looking for the heel.
Yeah, and Oscar's got to be so careful here. I mean, Anthony, it's one of those things. A lot of people think that if you're on your back, you're losing the decision, but he's so aggressive from his back that Oscar, in this case, has to be on the defensive all the time. And you'd be surprised, but off his back, Anthony wins so many decisions because he just mitigates the offense from his opponent because he's so aggressive from his back.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And that's just the beauty of jiu-jitsu. Now, on the other side of this, Oscar Rosa is a judo black belt, so he does come in with a healthy amount of experience, and he is a wrestler. But he's been in jiu-jitsu for the past half year. But that said, he's been training with the legendary team at Fight Sports.
And there's Molina, again, just going for the leg lock, just repeatedly, like nonstop, so aggressive. And Molina is a very decorated jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's been in 7 tournaments down here in the South Florida area. He's got 3 gold medals and 3 silver medals, so this guy is extremely talented.
Yeah, it's interesting. He recently competed in the Worlds, and he was known only for his leg locks, and so it was a little bit easier for his competitors, but in Worlds they don't allow leg locks, and so he felt that really helped round out his game. Also, he recently switched gyms. Now he's training at 10th Planet in Miami, and he says that's given him a new focus and a new direction, and brought up the level of excitement in this game.
I mean, look, guys, if you think he's trying to go for a decision, you'd be wrong. In his 11 wins in those tournaments that I talked about, 8 of them are by submission. So he's out there to finish his opponent. He's here to excite the fans, and he's got a very interesting style. Nobody's going to be bored by Anthony Molina at all.
Yeah, I love watching him. I really do. It's he's a frustrating type of guy to spar and train with. Because of his flexibility, but as a fan and as a grappler and as a jiu-jitsu myself, I love watching him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tall order here for Oscar Rosa. You know, he was in a jiu-jitsu tournament back in January of last year, and he went 1-2. And a guy like Anthony Molina, which in recent tournaments is 11-4, that's a big, tall order right there.
And Anthony's still looking. He's looking for that heel. Oh, and now he's got the. Oh, he had his foot secured, but Rosa squirmed out of it. Very well done. Great escape.
I mean, Molina is well known for this type of attack, and you could tell that Oscar Rosa has really been training to try to mitigate those leg locks. But let's see if we can get Molina trying some other types of submissions like a choke or an armbar. It's just constantly with the leg locks, and a lot of his opponents have been anticipating that lately. His flexibility is so impressive, though.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's amazing to watch. He's only 20 years old. I mean, this is his second time in the PFL cage. He's 20 years old. He's a behavioral psych major. So, yeah. So he's very intelligent, very cerebral. It's very interesting to talk to him.
Yeah, psychologically, his style must have an impact on his opponents, absolutely. As you see, like his opponents have to be on the defensive all the time. And it's interesting because when you get a guy that's this flexible, you can see some unusual submissions that you normally don't get in MMA, like go-go platas, omoplatas, and things of that nature.
Yeah, he's always dangerous, and I have plenty of respect for him. He's only a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, surprisingly.
And at 20 years old, he's got such a future ahead of him. Like, he's already this good at this young of an age. I'm just looking forward to see what he does over the next few years.
For sure, for sure.
And Rosa's been able to maintain this top control, but not much in the way of submission attempts from him. Just trying to stay in the dominant position. But as I said, Molina's the one doing the more offensive attacks, and I think that the referee is probably going to score it in his favor if it continues in this direction. It's only a 6-minute round, and it's been all Molina in my opinion.
Referee Mike Cardoso giving instructions to the fighters on what's allowed and not. They are allowing heel hooks, leg locks, wrist locks, really just about everything that you can, apart from fish hooks and groin shots, strikes, and slams. Interesting, Rosa was putting his hands in the face of Anthony Molina, which you don't see very much.
It's always interesting watching Molina like get ready backstage, or even when he first got in the cage, he's just rolling around, and he's pretty much doing what he's doing now, just rolling around. He's so agile, so flexible, so quick, so, oh man. And it looks like we got less than 10 seconds left here, and it looks like another Anthony Molina victory in my opinion. And we're gonna take it into the cage right now so that our ring announcer, Robert Johnson, can give us Mike Cardoso, the referee's decision on the victory here. Yeah, you want to talk? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell Robert that you're going to commentate the next one. Yeah, we got Luis Ortega and George Martinez next. That's fine. I'll let Robert know.
Ramos.
So here we are with our second fight of the night, a 135-pound Philippine Jiu-Jitsu match between Luis Ortega and George Martinez. Alongside me for this fight is popular Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner here locally in Miami, and also referee and a judge, Elian Rodriguez, with me.
How you doing? And all day referee the sport has a big evolution. Going for a heel hook. Very good submission.
Yeah, Martinez coming out aggressive here.
Yes.
Oh, it's over. That was real fast.
Very
Oh,
painful.
wow. Wow, that was very impressive performance by George Martinez. Holy cow, very, very impressive.
Very.
Can you tell me a little bit about how he was able to manage to pull that off so easily?
Well, you remember the last fight, how the other fighter was able to go inside and outside heel hooks, and who could never finish the other guy. The guy was doing the right defense. But looked like Luis Ortega didn't have no defense for this kid right now. You know, the evolution of the sport is so big. I've been referee all day fights, and you see kids like 7, 9 years old. They do impressive stuff. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, surprisingly quick outcome. I hope Luis Ortega is okay after that. Those can be quite painful, those.
Yes, that's a bit, because you know those heel hooks. If in grappling competition, especially the one I did today, a lot of these submissions they're not allowed, only brown belt and purple belt and black belt levels. But no blue belt, no purple belt, they can't do that. And no, they can't do those submissions. Before they were on jiu-jitsu, it was more heel straight. But now, you know, all these type of new submissions coming out, they learn so much. All those berimbolo type of positions. Incredible how the kids, you see them doing at the 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, surprising result in his last 2 jiu-jitsu tournaments. Luis Ortega was 4-1, and he gets finished very quickly there.
Yes. Oh, maybe because that's probably the reason. You know, in blue belt level, those type of submissions, they're not allowed. So when they come and do this competition here, where basically all the submissions allowed, it's hard for them because they don't have the right defense to it. You saw the other fight that we had before, how the other fighter was able to go through all those inside heel hook submissions and knee bars.
Introducing first from the blue corner, Geraldo Wolverine Castillo.
Right, because the guys are getting punched by the time, you know, but in these fights, you know, it just takes 1 second for you to tap, especially the inside heel hook. That's a very painful because it just blow your knees, blow everything up.
Well,
very scary.
I'm sure we'll see Luis Ortega learn from this and come back stronger. He's got a strong MMA gym and MMA masters behind him. Some real strong coaches like Daniel Valverde, and I'm sure he's going to learn from this and come back real strong.
Very good. Some gyms that are more into the MMA, and you can see the difference. You can see the difference when the schools are more straight jiu-jitsu school, because I see it every time I do referee, and then a lot of times that I do judging MMA, professional and amateur. You can see the difference when the kids or the fighters come from more straight jiu-jitsu school and for MMA school. They probably have a good jiu-jitsu for MMA, but they don't have a jiu-jitsu for competition jiu-jitsu. Very different.
That brings us to a very interesting fight here as we got Jefferson Nunez coming up against Geraldo Castillo.
Nunez come from MMA Master. Castillo come from Fight Sport. MMA Master is more a MMA school. You know, I've seen this kid before fighting. And Fight Sport is more a jiu-jitsu school. So we'll see the difference.
It's always interesting when you get a fighter who's got more of an MMA background, like you said. We saw it in the last PFL show when Evelyn Martins fought against Jillian Robertson. You know, Evelyn, even though she trains everything, obviously because she's underage right now, she's been doing more jiu-jitsu, and she beat a wily veteran in Jillian Robertson. Yes. And we got kind of that situation going on here in this fight, so I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah, because it's different, you know. The guys that come from more MMA gyms, their jiu-jitsu is they're more related to MMA, and then these guys, they only train pure jiu-jitsu. you know, and they do more weird stuff, you know, guys. And then the MMA guys, they train for MMA, and they have a great jiu-jitsu. But when it comes to jiu-jitsu rules, it makes them difficult to win. We have seen a lot here in PFL, how the guys who come from MMA gyms lose more fights in a jiu-jitsu match than in the MMA match. And then that's the reason why.
We definitely have seen a lot of that. I remember matches like Jose Caceres against Balbino. Balbino was able to defeat him. Caceres has a jiu-jitsu background, but he focuses on MMA mostly, so we've seen it before.
Yeah, but Caceres is a very tricky guy. I saw him fight him in a combat jiu-jitsu fight against JC Kawajansi, and he beat him really bad, you know, and that's the way it is. Very tricky guy.
And in the red corner, weighing in at 159 pounds, representing MMA Masters, Jefferson Nunez. Referee for this fight, Mike Carlos.
All right, here we go with our third fight of the night here at PFL 25 between Jefferson Nunez in the red corner and Herabet Castillo in the blue corner. Herabet Castillo with a lot of MMA experience. 4-1 as an amateur and 4-1 as a pro.
I've judged some of his fights in both of them.
Yep.
But let's see how that reflects in the jiu-jitsu match only. Both of them look in very good shape. It's only 6 minutes, so we have to explode. You know, you can be lasting longer here, stay in a position for 2 minutes. By the end of that, the fight's over. And when it comes to referee decision, you know, it's sometimes a very close fight.
It's always interesting in these jiu-jitsu matches when they're trying to get the upper hand here while they're standing up. And some people like to pull guard. Some people like to just, you know, try to get the takedown. Like, it's harder. It's different than scoring it for MMA.
And also, remember that a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, they don't train in a cage. You know, they train in just like a regular mats, competition as in a regular mat. So sometimes the MMA fighter knows how to use the cage a little more, and even in these grappling fights only, because they train in more cages and stuff like that. You know, some jiu-jitsu guys are jiu-jitsu guys, you know. I'm a jiu-jitsu person, you know, and a judo person. I never like fighting, you know, that's not for me. You can be a very good jiu-jitsu guy, doesn't mean you can be a good MMA guy. You need to have the killing instinct, the hit somebody, you know, and not everybody has that.
It's very interesting. You made a good point, and I didn't even realize it until you said it. I've been to many of these PFL events and these jiu-jitsu matches, and you're right. You don't see clinches up against the cage. They keep it in the middle while they're trying to get the takedown. And it just speaks to, like you said, that they're not used to fighting in the cage. It's interesting, very different than the other fight with Molina, where Molina just pulled guard right away.
So, and also the first fight, you know, that kid is very hard to beat because he throws submission from everywhere. And by the time it's the judge's decision, the referee have no choice to give it to him because he got like almost 10 submission on the other guy, and that's more effective than passing the guard.
Yeah. I was just speaking to Robert when we were commentating on that in MMA, if you're on your back, you're seen as losing, but in jiu-jitsu, that's not necessarily the case at all.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
That's a very good timing for Nunez, but you know, the other guy Castillo was able to defend it. You know, very strong guys, both of them.
I feel like Nunez has been moving forward. It's very hard to score this as not much has really happened, but I feel like Nunez has been slightly more aggressive with the wrestling.
Castillo tried like a judo throw. Oh, he had a nice guillotine very deep. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's out. You know, but at least that's something to score for the referee, Mike Cardoso, very experienced person in the game. You know, fought BJ Penn like 20 years ago.
I did not know that. I need to go back and watch that fight.
Yeah, he fought BJ Penn and on one of the best BJ Penn times.
Wow.
Mike Cardoso lost a decision, but he never got submitted by him.
I need to have a chat with him about that later on tonight. That's a very interesting story.
Yes. was like 20 years ago. So for right now, it looks like more like a wrestling matchup. We'll see what they have if someone goes to the ground. Okay, okay.
There we go. Big slam.
Boom. Very nice, very nice. Now Castillo needs to look for control. Because, oh, you know, hey, back again, you know. Both of them has a good stand-up wrestling type of judo, more than Castillo. Look at, he comes more for like a judo background more than a wrestling background.
I mean, this fight just became a lot harder to score. Do you value that submission attempt by Nunez or that big slam by Castillo?
Right now, the more important thing that happened in the fight, that's Castillo's very good slam. You know, that's more in that. In a jiu-jitsu fight, that would be 2 points. You know. But like I said, you can see the style of Castillo is more like a judo type of grip. You know, Nunez has like a little more like wrestling type of jiu-jitsu gripping on the top. See that? Very good balance by Castillo. That's a good grip for him because he has a good judo throw right there. He didn't use it, but he has it. I know that. That was my first sport was jiu-jitsu, judo.
Yeah, the few times that Nunez has been able to threaten with a possible guillotine is when Castillo's dived in for a takedown. And unlike MMA, you can't set it up with punches and kicks. You just got to go in there.
Yeah, you're right. But like I say, it's jiu-jitsu. It's a jiu-jitsu match. It's everything change, you know? Like I told you, some guys are very good in jiu-jitsu. Doesn't mean they can fight MMA, you know? They're great in the mat and stuff like that, but in MMA, they will get killed.
Absolutely. I mean, the distance, just the stand-up, like the way you're standing, your stance, like, is totally different.
Yeah, footwork is different, you know. Castillo has good timing to try to get the takedown. But Nunez, look at Eduardo again.
Here we go, the last 10 seconds of the fight. Another big takedown, and that might seal it for Castillo.
Right now, I mean, I don't see no way Castillo will lose the fight. He just has so much power in those big takedowns and end up in side control in both of them. Mike Cardoso.
And we take it into the cage to our ring announcer, Robert Johnston, for the decision.
Well, I would be surprised if he goes for Nunez. I think Castillo with those big, he was a little more aggressive, and because being more aggressive, probably give him the fight because he was able to get to nice takedown, no small takedown, very powerful takedown. I mean, Nunez big moment on the 6 minutes was almost guillotine to the guard. Yeah, that was the right decision. It's just in 6 minutes, it's not that much, especially guys are very good, well trained, you know, and then you're gonna see in 6 minutes, any small thing, it will determine the fight. It was a pleasure for you to work with you today and commentate with you. I love the sport in general, you know, but I guess I'll come back next time and do the grappling things with you. And
so I want to thank our special guest commentator, Elian Rodriguez. It's a pleasure watching you talk about jiu-jitsu. So knowledgeable about this, and it's an honor to sit next to you here. And now we're going to move on to the kickboxing portion of the event here at PFL 25.
I've done a lot of kickboxing fights in my life. I do the professional kickboxing, and I'm actually assigned for the bare knuckle fight in 2 weeks here in Miami. It's the first time it's going to be done in the sun. Looking forward to see a new sport. Maybe I agree or don't, but I'm going to see it live.
You got to put on that judge's hat now, don't you?
Let me go judge some fight now.
All right, well, sir. I want to thank again Elian Rodriguez for being with us. And here we go with our first kickboxing match of the night here at PFL 25, the real fight.
And in the red corner, with a record of 2 wins and only 1 loss, weighing in at 127 pounds, representing Evolution MMA, Eric Alvarez. Referee for this fight, Wade Ramos.
Well, here we are with our 4th match here at PFL 25, the real fight, our first kickboxing match of the evening with Eric Alvarez against Nico Bunzi. Nico Bunzi's become a kind of a regular here at PFL. We've seen him fight many times. He's 0-5 in MMA, but 0-2-1 in kickboxing, so let's see if he can get his first victory. I gotta give credit to Nico. He's not got the best record in the world, but he always comes out and gives it everything he's got, and I'm hoping he can get his first victory. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a huge celebration if he can make it happen.
Yeah, he's been training hard for this fight, and I'm excited to see what comes out. You know, some really cool things that are going to be happening here. We're only looking at 2-minute rounds, and these guys are 125 pounds. And, I mean, these guys are like Energizer bunnies, just you know, gas tanks for days.
Yeah, and I was talking to Nico. These two have actually fought, not in an official match, but in a kickboxing tournament, and went to a decision. And Nico says he learned a lot from that. He thinks he'll be able to counteract whatever Eric Alvarez is up to. Yeah, that kickboxing tournament match happened 6 months ago, according to Nico.
And Nico connects with some solid strikes to the head.
Yeah, unlike MMA, they're not going to let that clinch happen for too long in a kickboxing match. And according to the referee, the commission's meeting, they get to make one move within the clinch, and then that's it, and then they break it up. So, unlike MMA, you're not going to see them clinching up against the fence for prolonged periods of time.
You know, it's interesting. Nico has been connected with that left hand. He has been connected with the head, and there he lands with a combination.
Now, I was talking to Nico. He says he expects different results here against Eric Alvarez. Now he's fighting a second time. He's talking about how it was in a tournament situation the last time. He had already fought a few times earlier in the day. He says he was a little tired, but he's going to be fresh here tonight.
Of course, Nico Bunzi in the blue corner, but wearing the red shorts, and Eric Daniels in the red corner, wearing the blue shorts.
Oh, that's not confusing at all.
This is a patriotic fight, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds left in the opening stanza. Ray Ramos breaks the punches up against the fence.
That's what makes kickboxing so interesting, is that 3 2-minute rounds. You don't get a lot of time to make it happen. So you usually get more aggression because of that.
Yeah, and like I said before, you know, these guys being lighter, they just go for days. Plenty of action, plenty of contact. What do you think of that first round?
I mean, not a whole lot of significant action happened. There's no one powerful shot that changed the round. I think either fighter can win this fight going to the second, third round. That round was a little hard for me to score up. What did you think of it, Roddy?
You know, it's a toss-up. I would give the edge though to Nico Bunzi. I think he made more contact. I think he had the better of the strikes. But both fighters landed for sure. Of course, PFL 25 in action here. I'm Robert Johnson. Beside me is Guillermo Garcia. Play-by-play and color commentary extraordinaire.
Thank you, Robert. I can't believe we're already in the 25th Premier Fight League event. I mean, and this promotion has grown so much ever since I started coming here. And now we're getting to know these fighters. We've seen some of these fighters fight here 5, 6, 7 times now. And the fans are starting to get to know them and really get behind them.
And you know, these events get better and better every time. It's really a great promotion to be a part of. I'm very proud of that. And we're off in the second round. Be interesting to be able to fly in the corner of both corners to listen to what their coaches have to say.
Oh, huge punches from Nico there.
Connecting with solid shots. Eric took a lot of damage there.
And as we said, you know, Nico's MMA record's 0-5. Eric Alvarez 2-1. But, you know, in a fight, anything can happen. The records, they don't matter when you walk in there.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what the guy's been up to in the training room over the last few months, and it may change everything.
Well, and believe me, Nico's looking to erase that 0 from his record. So he's hungry, he's aggressive, and he wants to make a statement here tonight. The cool thing about amateur sports is once these guys turn pro, they're 0-0 again. So they're getting some good experience, looking for some highlight finishes, and just to beef up their resumes, really.
It's always interesting with these local fights, you know, with the smaller crowds, just because of the venues. Like, you know, if you have like a few fans of yours here in the crowd, they make up a significant portion of the audience. You get like real atmosphere, a lot of push behind the fighter, and they can hear that in there and get motivated by it. Unlike if you go to a UFC event, you have 5 fans for you in a 15,000 person arena, they're not going to make much of an impact, but here you could really sense the atmosphere in it.
And for clarification, the prior knockdown of Nico was called a slip, and of course, takedowns are not allowed in kickboxing, so the referee will allow a strip. 10 seconds left in the second.
I like the aggression from Nico in this round. He landed some big punches early on, especially.
Yeah, I agree. But there's no question, you know, this is a close fight, and both fighters are going to have to come out and try to finish this fight in the third round. You never know what the judges are going to say, and the fighters may not agree with what comes out of their mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see more aggression, like taking more chances to try to get the victory here. It's been very strategic so far. There's been some brief flashes of momentum from Nico there in the early part of the second round. He had Eric Alvarez backing up a bit there.
This fourth match of the evening, of course, is brought to us by the fine folks at Dynamic Wellness. Support the brands that support the athletes, ladies and gentlemen. Dynamic Wellness. 2 minutes left in this fourth match. Corners are cleared out, and we are ready for action.
Can't imagine what it's like to be Nico trying to get that first victory there. And like he's in a real competitive fight now. I bet you he's so motivated to come out here and have a strong third round to try to seal up that decision. He's got to be careful though. If he gets too aggressive, Alvarez may be able to take advantage of that. Alvarez getting off to a strong start here in the third round.
Landed some solid strikes.
Been able to back up Nico to the fence. Haven't seen too many kicks in this fight. It's been mostly punches so far. Nice uppercut by Alvarez. There you go, Nico throwing in the kicks there.
Nice leg kick. I'd like to see more of that in combat sports. We really need to see more of that. It's such a powerful kick and it's such a damaging kick to the opponent. Oh, there's a nice head
high
kick.
kick there.
I think Eric Hurd is talking.
Eric definitely is realizing this is a critical round, and those first 2 rounds were tough to score, and he wants to make an impression on the judges. And he knows just one knockdown, and he's got a 10-8 round in his pocket. I've worn headgear before. Sometimes it could be quite hard to see out of that. Get tunnel vision going on.
Yeah, Nico lands a couple of strong lefts.
Yeah, I've noticed that many times. Eric Alvarez having to adjust his headgear. And we're here in the last 10 seconds of the fight. Tough fight to score. We'll have to see what the judges have to say about it. Will Nico Bunzi get his first victory? We're about to find out now. Let's take it into the cage to find out the judges' decision from our ring announcer, Robert Johnson. Nico Bunzi with his first victory ever. Real proud moment for him here at PFL 25. Now we're moving on to a very exciting kickboxing match between Andre Correa and PFL staple Ryan Schwartzberg, the most exciting fighter in PFL history. Always comes out to fight, win or lose, and it's always exciting. So very exciting kickboxing action coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match is brought to you tonight by Divino Ceviche, Peruvian cuisine. In the blue corner, Ryan Lion Schwartzberg. action in the 145-pound division. Introducing first, in the blue corner, weighing in at 146 pounds, representing Team Iron Lion and American Top Team Sunrise, Ryan Schwartzberg. And in the red corner, making his debut tonight and weighing in at 145 pounds, representing MMA Masters, Andre Correa. Referee for this fight, Mike Cardoso. Let's go live!
Fighter ready? Ready? Fight!
And here we go with our fifth fight of the evening, our second kickboxing match between Andre Correa and what I would argue is the most exciting fighter in PFL history, Ryan Schwartzberg. He's always exciting, win or lose, he brings it every time.
Yeah, Andre, I was speaking with Andre before this fight, and he was excited to be taking on Ryan. He's really focused on making an exciting fight, and he was thrilled that his opponent was Ryan, because he knows Ryan's a tough guy. He comes non-stop, just brings the action.
Right now, Ryan's bringing the heat. And Ryan's really sore about the last PFL event he was fighting at. He suffered a flash knockdown, but got up right away, but the referee had already stopped it. By that point, he felt it was an early stoppage. He's a little salty about it. He wants to make an impression and make a big comeback here with a huge victory for the fans. Of course, that last fight he had was MMA. This is kickboxing, and Ryan can definitely kickbox. Coming out real aggressive here with the kicks and the knees. Really like what I'm seeing from Ryan Schwartzberg right now.
Oh, Ryan, you know, Ryan had grabbed behind the head of Andre. Of course, Andre in the red corner, in the white shorts. Ryan in the navy blue shorts. Ryan was lining up for a strong kick to the body, but strong knee to the body, but Andre saw it coming. Andre's landing some nice kicks to the red. Oh,
huge punch.
Ryan Schwartzberg landing some heavy hands.
Schwartzberg definitely has the volume advantage here. It seems like he's throwing 3 punches for every one that Andre Correa throws in this fight. Huge left hook by Ryan Schwartzberg.
Both fighters landing a lot of strikes. This is great.
Ryan's done a great job throwing volume, getting Andre Correa to back up towards defense. And that looked like a clear first round for Ryan Schwartzberg right there, coming out real strong.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Andre's putting up a heck of a fight, but boy, Ryan has the volume and the intensity and the power behind those shots.
And Ryan's just got a huge experience advantage over Andre Correa here. I mean, this is a tall order for your debut kickboxing match. Schwartzberg 2-1 in kickboxing, 6 matches in MMA, tons of experience. His brother, David Schwartzberg, who's a regular here at PFL as well, got lots of experience, trains with Ryan every day. I mean, this is a hard ask for your debut fight for Andre Correa. But let's see if he can surprise us, change it up here in the strategy department going into the second round.
Well, Guillermo, I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about experience in favor of Ryan, because remember, this is Andre's first fight, and he only last year moved to Miami to start training with MMA Masters. He was born in the Panhandle, moved all over the state, but only in the last year has been with MMA Masters to train more organized. So
yeah, and you know, sparring in the training room and fighting in the actual cage in front of these fans, you got to adjust to the flow of the fight. But Ryan Schwartzberg doesn't need to adjust to anything. He just comes out firing from the beginning, and it's got to make it real hard for Andre Correa to really get into the flow of the fight.
Yeah, Ryan's coming out strong again with the volume. He's got a nice combination of kicks, knees, and strikes. Andre lands a nice right.
I mean, Ryan's going to keep marching forward and throwing all his volume at Andre Correa unless Andre Correa does something to earn Ryan's respect. And I'm just not seeing that right now from Andre Correa. He's got to land something significant to back Ryan Schwartzberg up.
Ryan's landed some brutal knees. Andre's taken some serious strikes. I mean, that's tough.
love what Ryan's doing. Like if you notice, most exchanges he starts off with a kick or a knee of some kind, and then that forces Andre Guerrero to lower his hands, opening up the punches for Ryan.
But to be fair to Andre, he's not backing down at all. He's looking for the opportunities, but he's taking a lot of damage.
There's some blood on Andre Guerrero's shoulder now.
Oh, that was a strong left from Ryan Schwartzberg. Both fighters landing a lot of volume this round.
Oh, huge right hooks from Ryan Schwartzberg. And Andre Guerrero with a bloody nose right now.
Referee Mike Cardoso giving.
Standing 8 count, I guess. Yep. And, you know, Ryan Schwartzberg is not going to let his foot off the gas pedal here. He's going to keep coming forward. Oh, man. Those punches are landing clean. This fight might be over. This fight might be over,
Mike
and it
Cardoso. That's it.
Very impressive fight from Ryan Schwartzberg. A huge victory for him. And this is why he's a fan favorite. He brings it every single time, win or lose. He's a fighter's fighter. He's got the respect of everybody back there preparing and every fan out here. And we'll look forward to seeing him and his brother fight at the next PFL event. Another victory here at PFL for Ryan Schwartzberg. Emphatic TKO victory. Definitely a great decision by the referee. Didn't let Andre Guerrero take too much damage in his debut fight. Hopefully he learns from this, trains at a great gym at MMA Masters, and hopefully we'll see him again here at PFL, come back stronger, and hopefully get a better result. There's no shame in losing Ryan Schwartzberg. There's a lot of people that have lost to him before, and I'm sure there'll be many more. We'll look forward to seeing Ryan Schwartzberg as well as his brother David Schwartzberg fight at PFL 26 in March.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing first half of our card. We're going to go to a quick 15-minute intermission. Please get yourself some food and drinks, and then we will be back here shortly. Oh, you! Referee of this fight, Ray Ramos.
All right, well, welcome to the first fight of the main card here at PFL 25, the real fight. The last kickboxing match of the evening between Franco Miraldo and Sanai Malake. Both fighters making their debut, so we don't have a lot to go off of, but we're about to find out a lot about them right now.
Well, I tell you, you know, something interesting about Sanai Deadeye. He's 20 years old, and he just took this fight. I mean, a literal last-minute addition to this card. He only moved down from Minnesota last week.
So that's quite a change of weather right there. Oh, big head
nice
kick.
high kick.
Big head kick by Franco Miraldo, very impressive.
Oh, nice. Beautiful, exciting action.
Miraldo just pouring it on here.
Oh, some absolute brutality from both fighters.
Oh, man.
Franco Miraldo absolutely getting the best of the action so far here.
That was a lot of one-way traffic there. I mean, Miraldo's throwing 10 shots for every one the Malake fires back.
Miraldo in the black shorts.
Malaka in the green. Malaka's got to change this up real quick. I mean, relying on the counter, sure, it's possible he could counter him, but right now Miraldo's like just pouring it on Malaki.
Ray Ramos stops in, breaks up the action. Wow.
That's what I noticed with Malaki. Whenever he does throw a punch, it's a big, looping, swinging punch. And when you do that, you just leave yourself exposed to get countered.
For sure.
With a straighter shot. Oh, nice leg kick there by Malaki. Momentarily taking Miraldo off his feet with a low kick.
I think that's counting as a slip. I don't think that's going to count as a... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was a slip. It was ruled a slip, but those leg kicks can be effective.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And he was landing a number of them.
Yeah. Well, let's see how Malaki comes out here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of positives there in that first round for Malaki.
Yeah, and he's definitely not making use of that height and reach advantage.
He's got to throw first. I mean, he's letting Miraldo dictate this fight. He's getting pushed around, and those looping shots are leaving him open for the straight counter.
And being fair, looking at this fight, it's two guys making their debut, but Miraldo looks to have a mountain of experience on Deadeye Malaki.
Not only that, but Miraldo's been preparing for this fight probably for a while now, and Malaki just took this fight short notice, changed his whole life, went from cold Minnesota down to here in Florida 1 week ago.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I like his motivation. You know, he said his parents immigrated here from East Africa, and he's fighting to honor his parents. He's doing this full time. You know, he's got a vision, but man, he's really got to focus and pull up the intensity if he wants to have a chance here. I mean, we could actually have a stoppage in this second round.
Whenever you make like a big life-changing move, like moving from one state to another, it makes you wonder where's his head at. Like, he's probably got to worry about a lot of things, like where is he going to live, like meeting new people, all this stuff. Like, you wonder how much his head's in this fight right now.
He landed a nice kick to the lead leg of Miraldo, and I think he hurt him.
That's one of the few things that Malaki did do well in that first round. He did get Miraldo off his feet momentarily with those low kicks, and maybe that's what his team told him to do there in the corner, just rely on the kicks because that's been working.
Well, Miraldo comes back again with an absolute swarm on Malaki.
Oh, man. Miraldo's just having his way. If you notice, Malaki's not keeping his hands up. And when he throws punches, he doesn't get his hands back to his face to protect himself quick enough because he's throwing these long looping punches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great call. That's a great call, Guillermo.
Miraldo's just tight. Like, he's keeping his hands tight in, and look at this. He's just nailing him.
And those shots that Miraldo is landing are
they're so
solid.
clean. Like, right on the chin, full power. I mean, I don't know how many more Malaki can take of those. I wouldn't be surprised if the ref in the next big exchange like calls a standing 8 count or something like that.
Malaka is, he looks hurt. His legs have definitely taken a lot of damage.
I mean, he repeatedly keeps getting backed up into the fence. And what I don't like is when he's pinned up against the fence, he's turning away from the shots and not really defending himself, not putting his hands up, turtling up. He's just kind of turning away. He's just getting blasted.
Yeah, that's a lack of experience. I think we're really close to this fight being called. Deadeye's going to have to, he's really got to bite down on that mouthpiece and come out hard in the next third round.
Malaki's breathing kind of hard there. I don't like the look in his eyes. I don't like it. I don't know if he wants to be in there.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be in over his head.
I mean, it's tough making your debut, you know. I mean, it's hard to know how you're going to react, you know. Like I said, sparring in the gym is one thing, because if you get hurt, you know, your teammate, you know, will slow down, take a break. But in here, if you get hurt, that guy's just going to come after you all the more. And like I said, you know, the average guy out here, anybody in the crowd, you get hit by a big shot, you're probably going to flinch. You're probably going to turn away. And as a fighter, you can't do that. You got to keep marching forward. You got to cover up, look for the counter. You can't flinch and turn away. You got to keep going forward, you know. And like you said, it takes training to get accustomed to that habit of not turning away and flinching and leaving yourself open to get hit by more shots.
Well, Deadeye is coming out for this belt, so.
I mean, in my opinion, Moraldo's up 2-0. Let's see if he keeps on going for the kill, or if he maybe circles a bit more, knowing he's probably on his way to a decision victory. I'd like to see him go for the finish. I think the finish is there.
I'd be really surprised if this went the whole way. Moraldo landing strike after strike here.
Big body kicks from Moraldo there.
Changing up his stance, changing from orthodox to southpaw, back to orthodox.
I mean, you're definitely seeing the experience difference there. Moraldo training at top gym like MMA Masters, and you know, Malaki currently independent, like without a gym. Like, it's tough to go without a gym in this sport. I mean, there's only so much you can learn by, you know, hitting a punching bag or watching YouTube videos. You need good sparring partners and strong coaches around you. And you're seeing the difference here in this fight.
Well, and it's questionable how long, you know, just how much high-end coaching he's had up in Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota known more for their wrestling than kickboxing for sure.
He said he does have a good history in Muay Thai. And people call him Deadeye for his accuracy, but
oh
it's hard
man,
to be accurate when you're
huge
getting
shots there by Moraldo.
You know, when you're getting swarmed the way that Franco Moraldo's swarming on him, I mean, it's hard to be accurate.
Oh, it looked like a slip. I mean, Malaki's got to land something huge in order to have any chance of winning this battle. He's going to lose a decision, a real clear decision here. And here we go, 10 seconds left. Strong performance from Franco Moraldo, well on his way to a unanimous decision victory here at PFL 25. Let's take it into the cage for ring announcer Robert Johnston announcing the decision here at PFL 25.
scored this fight a unanimous decision in favor of the red corner,
And that was our final kickboxing match of the evening. Coming up, we've got 4 bouts of MMA action, starting off with Marquise King against Frank Mello.
Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. I would love to see all you guys out there and appreciate the support. Thank you. I'm also here tonight because my brother was supposed to debut and we didn't find an opponent for him, so we're calling on anybody that's debut 1-0, 2-0. We need a 185 pounder for the next PFL fight. So we're ready to fight. He's ready.
Anybody 1-0, 2-0? We got somebody who needs an opponent for the next PFL. Be sure to follow these guys on social media. Absolutely. but do not cross the red tape, please. Our next fight is brought to you by Lime Fresh. This is going to be 3 rounds of MMA action. In the blue corner, Frank Miller. in the red corner with a perfect amateur record of 1 win and not a single loss.
And here we go with our second fight of the main card and our first MMA match of the evening between Marquise King and Frank Melo. Frank Melo with a lot of support here with the local crowd. And let's see, Marquise King looks very powerful. Let's see how Frank Melo can handle his power. Melo here is a regular here at PFL, his fourth match here at PFL. All his previous 3 fights have ended by submission. Not always going his way, but he won his last fight by armbar at PFL 22 in July of last year.
I've been really looking forward to this fight. You know, Frank had said he really wanted to fight Marquise originally. He was originally scheduled to fight another fighter, but both of these guys' opponents dropped out at the last minute. So they're both really happy about this matchup.
Marquise throwing with a lot of power behind his punches. And, you know, Marquise, you know, he fought back in April of last year at PFL 21, winning by knockout in the second round.
Marquise is bringing a wrestling background. He's been working a lot of single and double legs, he said, in his training camp getting ready for Frank. I love this kid, you know, he's got a great presence. Oh, and he's pouring on the power.
Huge
knees to the body, strikes, knees to the body.
Frank felt that. Like I said, Frank likes to take it to the ground. All 3 of his fights have ended by submission one way or another, whether he won or not, but he wants this on the ground. Marquise is just really powerful standing up. Marquise using the whizzer to keep on his feet here. Frank clearly wants to get this fight to the ground.
Of course, as everybody knows, it's really draining to have a guy press you up against the fence like that. Marquise happy to get away.
And this is where Frank doesn't want to fight at a distance here. He can definitely hold his own, but this is where Marquise's power really shows through.
And Marquise managing the distance real well as well. Mixing up his body and strikes. But Frank Melo gets to the clinch.
Frank wrapping up the guillotine choke. Good job by Marquise moving off the side control. That's the way you're supposed to defend that choke. Marquise could set up a Von Flue choke here if he presses in his shoulder into Frank's neck. Oh, and he's lost the ability to get the Von Flue choke though. Trying to set up an arm triangle position, but he's gonna have to sweep off to the other side of Frank's body to finish it. Here it comes. There it is, the arm triangle. Frank trying to defend by wrapping his leg.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for Marquise to finish that. Frank's defending it perfectly, but Marquise has him in a really bad position. You know, that's the danger of going for that. Oh, he is going for it from the half guard.
It's going to be hard to finish it. It is possible. I mean, Frank's doing a good job of locking down Marquise's right leg. But if Marquise can get that leg free and move off to his left, he can finish this fight at the end of the round.
What a great first round. Absolute firecracker of a round.
Marquise landed the more meaningful shot, and I feel like he dominated there on top.
Yeah, he definitely showed the better of the octagon control in that round. Landed more shots, got the takedown. Actually, no, he didn't get the takedown because Frank took him down.
Yeah, he tried to go for the guillotine.
Exactly, but unfortunately when he wasn't able to finish it, he ended up on the wrong side of Marquise down and King.
It looked like it was a promising position for Frank Melo. It looked like he was in a good position to get the guillotine, but he didn't lock down. He didn't wrap his legs around Marquise's body to finish it, allowing Marquise to move off to the side and relieve the pressure on the choke, which eventually led to him getting the dominant position for the remainder of the round.
Don't count Frank Melo out by any stretch. He's 22 years old. He's a corrections officer by day. Super nice guy. He says he really doesn't get anything from being in the limelight and so on. He just gets a sense of fulfillment from being out and fighting. He enjoys it.
Here we go, round 2.
And Melo lands a solid right. And another solid right.
Oh,
the
huge
Marquise.
shot by Marquise there. I think Frank lost his balance more than anything else there. Frank trying to get the takedown off the attempted leg kick there by Marquise King. Great takedown by Frank Melo. Very nice, taking the back now. Let's see what Marquise is going to do from this position.
Frank's in a very dangerous position if he can get that right leg, right hook into Marquise King.
Right now, yeah, there he goes. He's got one hook in. Marquise needs to, now that he's got that second hook in, I was going to say Marquise needed to turn into Frank there, but he's unable to.
And he's got a minute and a half or so left. So Marquise is in a real bad position here, ladies and gentlemen.
It looks like Frank's almost there with a rear naked choke. He's
I'm not sure. It didn't look like it was under his chin, but now it's certain. Boy. Marquise is defending his chin well, but Frank looks like he's trying to work it in there. Very well defended by Marquise King.
Yeah, Frank's been able to get the one arm around the neck, but he's not been able to free his other hand in order to lock that up, either the traditional way or even with a gable grip. He did try to go for the gable grip earlier. He's got the gable grip now. He might, he didn't get it. And now it looks like Marquise might be able to sweep back on top. Oh, going for the guillotine. It's gonna be hard against the fence though. It's gonna be hard.
Marquise gets into full mount up against the fence.
This is exactly what happened in the first round. Frank goes for a guillotine, doesn't wrap up Marquise's body, and now he's in a bad position again.
Marquise King, Dade County King, unleashing some Dade County ground and pound on Frank Melo.
Frank's just in a tough position, pinned up here against the fence, not a lot of room to wiggle around.
Frank Melo doing a great job at defending himself. Marquise absolutely dominating at this point, though.
Referee's taking a close look here.
Always a tough job for Mark Cardoso to determine between giving a man an opportunity to defend himself.
Good job by Frank. Good job by Frank Melo getting out of the full mount there. He's able to wriggle himself out of that position, but Marquise has got him pinned up against the fence, so Frank's not going to be able to get out of this, and we're nearing the end of the round now. Another dominant round for Marquise King.
Oh, Marquise King is under the neck. He's under the neck.
And that's the end of the round.
Oh, wow. That was close. That was close. This is a really, really exciting fight. Everything that both of these fighters really wanted. They both wanted to put on a great show for the crowd, and that's absolutely what they're doing. A lot of back and forth action, reversals, takedowns, submissions, strikes, kicks, it's everything.
Yeah, the story of the fight for me so far is the old Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu proverb, position before submission. Frank Melo's gone for a guillotine 2 times, and each time he ended up in either side control, Marquise ended up in side control out of it, or he ended up mounting Frank Melo. And I understand Melo wants to get the submission, but Marquise is taking full advantage of that because Melo has not been clean with his submission attempt.
Guillermo, how do you see the judges scoring these first 2 rounds?
It's clearly 2 rounds to 0 for Marquise King right now. He's come close to finishing the fight on several occasions.
Including right there at the end.
Nearly having the arm triangle choke at the end of the first round, nearly having the rear naked choke there at the end of the second round. Got some good ground and pound in from Mount as well.
Yeah, Marquise King, he brings all the different components that you would want to this. I mean, he's a good-looking kid. He's got a great smile. The kid smiles all the time. Positive attitude and puts on an amazing show.
Marquise using his long arms there to possibly trap Frank in an anaconda choke. Let's see if he can go ahead and finish this. Frank Melo has been submitted by guillotine in the past, so it's definitely a possibility.
Both fighters fighting for position here. Marquise has a single leg. Frank is fighting like gangbusters, but Marquise gets him down. And Marquise moves into side control.
And again, yes, like Frank wraps the neck and Marquise uses the opportunity to move off the side control. At least, you know, Frank, smart to let go of that guillotine because when you leave that locked in there, it leaves you open to the bomb flu choke. Or the bomb proof choke as people like to call it now because of Laurent Saint-Preux. Pulling off that choke 4 times in UFC.
I tell you what, that's a really uncomfortable place to be in that corner there between the fence and the floor for Frank Melo.
Yeah.
I don't envy him.
Marquise very smart with the octagon control, the cage control, just pinning up Frank against the cage, limiting his options for escape.
He's using his weight and his pressure really well.
And he's making it hard for Frank because Frank's trying to think of a way to escape, but it's hard to do that when you're getting hit with punches in the face. So you're like, do you defend the punches or do you try to get up and take some punches?
Frank is back to guard. Fair play to him for getting out of that situation. Looking for an opportunity to move away from the fence because that's tough.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pull off any sort of submission being pinned up against the fence. You don't have a lot of space for arm bars or triangle chokes from here. And really difficult to sweep. Can't use your butterfly to like go backwards to get out of this position because you got a fence at your back.
Marquise absolutely punishing Frank Melo on the floor. Executing serious ground and pound. Frank's doing a lot to defend himself. He is showing a ton of heart in there. Defending well, but he just can't escape the smothering.
And here we go at the end of the fight. Dominant. It looks like a dominant decision victory for Marquise King here. 3 rounds to 0, clearly.
And now, 3 rounds of MMA action in our women's 125-pound division. Introducing first, in the blue corner, with an amateur record of no wins and 2 losses, weighing in at 126 pounds and representing QMMA Systems, Arnelis Fernandez. And in the red corner, with a perfect amateur record of 1 win and not a single loss, weighing in at 126 pounds, representing Evolution MMA, Jennifer Brewer. Referee for this fight, Ray Jones.
And here we go with our 8th fight of the night here at PFL 25, the real fight between Jen Brewer and Imelis Fernandez. For those of you guys who remember back at PFL,
Advise me to let everybody know there are no electronic cigarettes and no marijuana. The fights will be stopped if it continues.
yeah, back at PFL 24, our last event, Jen Brewer had a huge victory, getting a rear naked choke with 1 second remaining in the 3rd round of her fight. And Jen Brewer's got a huge backing crowd here. She had a lot of fans. They went wild here at PFL 24, and we expect great fan reaction for this fight as well.
I tell you what, it's been a while since we heard a pop so big as what we got for Jennifer Brewer when she came in. She's got Imelis Fernandez wrapped up against the fence now. Imelis rolls her back in. Wow, these ladies are tough.
Absolutely. And it's a very similar fight for Jen Brewer compared to last time. She was fighting a teammate of Imelis Fernandez's, and it was just wildness in the beginning. The Cuban fighter throwing a lot of crazy strikes, and Jen Brewer using her wrestling to neutralize that and get her to the ground, and that's where she ended up dominating the fight. Well on her way to winning 3 rounds to none, and then she got that submission by rear naked choke with 1 second remaining.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing is Jen Brewer's heart is just insane. Imelis, though, is finding her way on top. Jen fighting her way off the bottom, though. Imelis Fernandez in the white, Jennifer Brewer in the black.
Imelis Fernandez is like, man, excellent physique, like really strong looking fighter. Like, she looks very
Yeah,
powerful.
she's shredded.
I mean, tip-top shape. You know, you look at their ages, 37 for Imelis Fernandez and 20 for Jen Brewer, but Imelis Fernandez, I would argue, is in better shape. Like, she looks phenomenal out there.
Well, actually, small correction. Jennifer Brewer is 28. Her birthday is next week. Ironically, she said it would be a great birthday gift to have to get a victory here tonight.
Yeah, and Imelis Fernandez trying to fish for a guillotine, but it looks like she's lost it here, and because of that, she's lost position as well. Kind of the story that we saw in the last fight, where you go for a submission and you lose position. That's exactly what just happened here for Fernandez.
Oh,
Jen Brewer taking full advantage. Trying to set up the armbar possibly here.
Imelis is in a really bad position here.
And she's just leaving her left arm exposed there to possibly get wrapped up and submitted.
You know, it's tough, you know, with these blows raining down from Jennifer Brewer. Imelis is doing everything she can. She really needs to arch her back and bridge to get Jennifer off, which she just did. I mean, it's tough. It's tough being down there taking that abuse.
Jen Brewer right here doing a good job of holding on to position. There's several times where she could have gone for an armbar a little too early and lost that position, but she's just resorted to pick her spots, hit some ground and pound to distract Imelis Fernandez and maybe open up that submission.
In the closing seconds of the opening round here, Jennifer is just swarming. She is all over Imelis, but Imelis sweeps her in the closing seconds.
Smart move by Jen Brewer to go for the submission late in the round, knowing that if she didn't get it, that position wouldn't be switched for too long.
Great call. That's a great call, Guillermo. You're exactly correct. You know, that's what we saw in the last fight with Frank Mello. He would go for the sub. It would be defended, and then he was on the bottom. Great call.
For long periods of time, but Jen Brewer holding on to that position. And here we go with the second round of our women's featured bout of the evening between Jen Brewer and Imelis Fernandez. Clear first round for Jen Brewer, in my opinion, Robert.
Yeah, no question about that, Guillermo.
You know, Imelis Fernandez had some early success with the wrestling there in the first round, but it was all Jen Brewer after Imelis went for an ill-advised submission and lost her position in the round there. And Jen Brewer just took full advantage, advanced positions, and dominated the round.
You can really see, though, that Imelis is a really strong fighter. She's a strong girl, and she is doing everything she can to try to impose some will on Jen, but Jen's just she's pounding on Imelis' thigh.
I think Imelis has looked her best in the clinch situations where she's able to use her power.
Imelis landed a strong right on Jennifer Brewer.
Huge shots by Imelis Fernandez.
Imelis' eyes are looking for that finish.
Jen Brewer smartly trying to get the fight back to the ground, and she does. And now she's got Imelis Fernandez pinned up against the fence.
Yeah, that's definitely Jennifer's strength. You know, she's really good at finding that leg and getting that takedown. Well, one of many strengths. I love it how she was going for the strikes on Imelis' leg. You don't see that very often.
Let's see what Jen Brewer can do here with Fernandez pinned up against the fence. Now, this is what I always explain to people. You see how Fernandez has her arm wrapped around Jen Brewer's neck? That leaves you open to possibly a bomb flu choke. All it takes is Jen Brewer having locked up her arm there and then pushing her shoulder into her neck. And with her pinned up against the fence, the fight would have been over.
Imelis is walking along the fence, trying to improve her position here.
Jen Brewer's got to be careful here. Imelis Fernandez nearly got this turned around here. Good job by Jen Brewer to get Imelis Fernandez back flattened out on her back here. Like I said, Jen Brewer with a large amount of support here. All the fans out here are standing up for this fight, rooting Jen on.
Well, Jennifer, you know, it's interesting. In her free time, she's a middle school teacher, language arts. She's also single, looking for somebody to apply for that position. Any good-looking men out there?
I always thought my middle school teachers were tough, but not like this.
Yeah, get that homework in or else.
It's a different kind of toughness.
No doubt, no doubt. She is brutal. She's intense, she's strong, she's excellent with these takedowns, and she's really good at keeping her opponent on the ground. Imelis is having a tough time when she's on the bottom. She's having a tough time getting improving her position.
And another round in the bank for Jen Brewer, up 2 rounds to none. Imeli Fernandez is going to have to go for the kill here.
Yeah, she's definitely got to look for the finish in the 3rd round, one way or the other. She did land that one really strong right in the middle of the 2nd round, and I think she thought she was going to knock her out, but Jennifer fought through it, and before too long, Imelis was back on the floor.
Stay tuned, upcoming. We got 2 title fights. The 135-pound title and the 172-pound title are on the line here at PFL 25.
Yeah, it's a rarity because a lot of our fighters go pro so quickly after becoming champions. We've got 2 guys defending their belts here, which is, and these fights are going to be amazing. Justin Arteaga and Ernesto Suarez, and then we got Adrian Wolfstone Perez taking on Bam Bam Hodesing. That's going to be amazing. Stay tuned.
And here we go with our 3rd round of our women's featured bout. Jen Brewer up 2 rounds to none. Imelis Fernandez is going to have to really come out strong here and find something special if she wants to win this bout. Imelis Fernandez just throwing wild hooking punches. Smart move by Jen Brewer, closing the distance, knowing that the distance is where the strong strikes that could put her down would be, so she closes the distance to eliminate that possibility and take the fight where she's strongest. And the thing is, Imelis Fernandez has not found the ability to disengage from these clinch positions during this fight. Good work by Jen Brewer, throwing up those knees, just sapping the energy out of Imelis Fernandez.
And she's going repeatedly to the body. You can't knee to the head here in amateur MMA, so she's landing these brutal shots to the body. A lot of them, to be fair, Imelis is doing a good job of blocking, but you know, it's tiring. Taking those knees to the arms and to the body.
Jen Brewer trying to set up the guillotine, but she moves into full mount. Yep, she's in full mount right now.
Yes, she is, and she looks like she's got a headlock. Now she's just in mount, looking for an arm lock.
Like right there, Imelis Fernandez right arm is kind of exposed to the arm bar at the moment. She's just leaving her arm out there.
It's difficult though with all that equipment. Sometimes it can be tough with the shin protectors and gloves and so on to engage in that. But she's looking for it. And that is exactly the best way to get out.
Left arm is now exposed as well. Let's see if Jen Brewer decides to go for a submission or just take this position to the end of the round.
She's landing those brutal kicks, strikes from the top. And she's also moving higher into mount.
Yeah.
That prevents Imelis from being able to bridge and get her off.
This fight looks like a replay of Jen Brewer's last fight. Literally, she dominated with the wrestling and got a late submission in the 3rd round with 1 second remaining the last time around. Let's see if she can get some last second magic here in this fight as well. Fans yelling out for the armbar. It's been there the whole time, the whole night for Jen Brewer. But like I said, there's risk to that. If she doesn't get it, she'll lose position and give Imelis an opening to possibly get back in this fight.
There it is.
There's the armbar. And she's got it.
That's it.
This fight's over.
It's only a matter of time. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
How is she
Look
still
at this
in
toughness from Imelis Fernandez.
there? Is Imelis' thumb up?
Oh man.
10 seconds left.
And let's see if she's able to hold on to the decision.
Oh, that looks painful.
And she makes it to the final bell, but her arm's not going to feel very good tomorrow. Another strong performance from Jen Brewer, likely moving her record to 2-0 here with a dominant decision.
You seem to dominate her on the ground. Was that your plan coming into this fight?
Yeah, pretty much.
What was your favorite part of this fight tonight?
Just staying on top, smashing, laying down with the punches. Easy.
It was really showed your resilience when she landed that strike in the second round. Was that hurt? Did that hurt?
A little bit. Before like hit my contacts, so that was kind of what I was worried about more than anything. But
I get that. Absolutely dominant performance again. And we actually have in the crowd tonight a special guest. Your opponent for your next fight, Marielle Salaman. And here we can see the girls starting off for the next fight at PFL. Let's have a big round of applause for your fan favorite, Jennifer Brewer.
And coming up, we got our 2 title fights of the evening. And coming up next, Justin Arteaga against Ernesto Suarez for the bantamweight champion of the world at 135 pounds.
referee after this fight, Mike Cardoso.
And here we go with our co-main event.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to rules the locker room. Protect yourself at all times. Obey every man at all times. I want you to fight hard. Keep it clean, guys. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck, gentlemen.
And again, here we are with our welterweight title fight, our co-main of the evening between Adrian Perez and Sean Hatusing. Both fighters with a lot of support out here. A lot of people in the crowd standing up right now. And Adrian Perez coming out with the wrestling real quick here against Sean Hatusing. Adrian Perez coming in with a 4-1 record. His one loss was here at PFL to Ulysses Fernandez, who's a regular here on the PFL scene. Right now, Sean Hatusing able to get this fight back at distance where he wants it.
And both of these fighters are just tough as nails. I've been really looking forward to this fight, Guillermo.
Yeah, Sean Hatusing with 3 wins by knockout in his 4th amateur fight. So the guy definitely comes out to excite and to make a fight of it.
Oh, and wow, Adrian Perez with a brilliant takedown.
Smart move by Adrian Perez. Like I said, Sean Hatusing with 3 knockouts out of 4 fights that he's been in. All 3 of his victories by knockout. So getting into the ground's a smart move. Adrian Perez with 2 of his 4 wins by submission.
Well, you know, Bam Bam, it's interesting. It's not surprising he wanted to keep it standing. This guy is absolutely a brawler. He was a nightclub bouncer, and he got fired for getting into too many fights. Too big a liability.
Yeah, I probably have seen him out there on the bar scene. He looks familiar.
Well, Wolfstone Perez is giving Bam Bam the business on the ground. Bam Bam able to escape, but Adrian Perez gets him back. Oh, he had a single leg, and
oh, there comes Hatusing. Very powerful shots from Hatusing right now.
Yeah,
Huge
Wolfstone
shot.
Perez definitely covering up.
This is
Oh,
not.
oh!
Oh, man.
Wolfstone Perez landed a solid shot. Referee Mike Cardoso is about to step in, and that's it. That's it. The fight is over by knockout.
And a huge victory for Adrian Perez, winning the welterweight title. Adrian Perez with the 2nd knockout victory of his career. Huge win over Sean Hatusing, who only got stopped for the 2nd time in his career. And Adrian Perez celebrating in there with his teammate Ryan Schwartzberg, who won earlier tonight in the kickboxing bout. There's Adrian Perez posing with his welterweight title here at PFL. Look forward to seeing more of him. Very exciting bout. Short but exciting bout between him and Sean Hatusing. Adrian Perez improving his amateur record up to 5-1 here at PFL 25. Let's take it into the cage for the decision with our ring announcer, Robert Johnson. Stay tuned, folks. We got our main event of the evening coming up between fan favorite Justin Arteaga against Ernesto Suarez fighting for the bantamweight title here at PFL 25.
Is that anything like you imagined it was going to happen? Yeah, man, it's going to be a war. We hit really fucking hard. I just had to stand my ground and hit back. Tucker, great fighter, strong. I'm happy to show the ring with him, but I had to show what I'm about. It's my ring. That's right, man. That's what you do. We love seeing you here, brother. Congratulations on an outstanding win. Can't wait to see you again. Everybody, let's give a big round of applause to your champion, Adrian Wilson. Thank you everyone for coming. Be sure to follow your champion on social media. We will be back in 10 minutes for the main event.
And here we go with our main event of the evening between Justin Arteaga and Ernesto Suarez for the PFL Bantamweight title. Oh, huge shots from Ernesto Suarez to start out early. And right now this crowd's on high alert. Everybody's really into this fight. The whole crowd is standing up. Huge shots from Suarez, coming out strong.
The main events here at PFA is, if they're insane, man, the crowd is absolutely off the hook.
Arteaga just covering up here as Suarez just firing bombs. Huge shots.
Ernesto Suarez is landing shot after shot.
Arteaga looks hurt. Arteaga looks hurt. Suarez just throwing everything in there, man.
Suarez is brutalizing Arteaga at this point. The challenger's coming out with everything he's got.
I mean, if Arteaga somehow makes it out of this round, I wonder how much energy Suarez will have left. He's just putting all his power into everything, those throws, those punches, everything.
You know, they say to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and Ernesto Suarez came in with that mindset. This is what I love about amateur MMA. These guys are looking to put on a show. They're looking to finish the fight, make it exciting. You're seeing a great demonstration of technique, power, speed, athletic ability.
Oh,
Arteaga lands.
Arteaga looks like he was able to weather that early storm. I wonder how much energy Suarez used in his gas tank there.
Wow, landing. He's mixing up his punches and his kicks. It's beautiful. Both of these fighters have their legions of fans. But Arteaga seems to have the majority of the fans here. The fans are absolutely bouncing off the walls.
Suarez coming in with a lot of momentum, winning at PFL 22 and 24, one by knockout and one by Americana. Both guys very young, 25 years old for Suarez, 23 for Arteaga.
Well, they both came out with a whole lot of fury. Let's see if they can keep it up for the rest of these 2.5 more rounds.
And this crowd is really into this. Everybody's on their feet.
If it weren't for this headset, I wouldn't be able to hear you right now.
Yeah.
Suarez coming out swinging right up until the final bell.
Strong round for Suarez, swarming Arteaga, getting a huge throw.
Coach Danny Chavez is immediately in the ear of champion Justin Arteaga.
The champ's gonna have to step it up a bit if he wants to keep his belt. Yeah, we're standing by here for the second round as security is trying to get the crowd in order right now. And here we go with the second round of our main event for the bantamweight title here at PFL 25. Strong round from Ernesto Suarez in the first round. Let's see if Arteaga does something different here in the second.
Oh, Suarez lands a strong overhand right. Arteaga absorbed it. He seems to have shaken it off. Doesn't seem to have impacted. Going for an immediate takedown, Justin Arteaga, but Suarez blocks it. Suarez stuffed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought his corner would have told him, to bring in more of the wrestling aspect to the fight, because he was not doing well with the stand-up against Suarez in the first round.
Oh, Suarez is landing some mysterious strikes again. Arteaga's doing a good job of blocking it, but that still takes it takes its toll. If you notice, Arteaga is getting his hands up to block these strikes, but some of that power definitely gets through there.
Arteaga's not been able to take advantage of these swarms by Suarez to maybe dive in for a takedown while Suarez is overextended.
Arteaga has found a home for that jab. And he goes for the double leg, and he gets Suarez down.
And that's exactly the kind of change that Arteaga needed to bring to the fight.
But Suarez escapes. He's up and at it again. Oh, Arteaga lands that strong left hook. And a right hook.
Oh, huge punch.
Knocks out his mouthpiece. Referee Ray Ramos stops in.
This fight is over.
That's it.
Justin Arteaga holds on to his title. Huge shot from Arteaga, knocks out.
Suarez escapes. He's up and at it again. Oh, Arteaga lands that strong left hook. And a right hook.
Oh, huge punch.
Knocks out his mouthpiece. Referee Ray Ramos stops in.
This fight is over.
That's it.
Justin Arteaga. Huge one-shot power from our champ, Justin Arteaga, who's able to hold on to the belt here at PFL 25. I hope Ernesto Suarez is okay. That was a huge shot, knocked out his mouthpiece. His fans were starting right behind us, look a little concerned, and I don't blame them. That was a huge shot by Justin Arteaga, to hold on to his title. Doctors are checking Ernesto Suarez to make sure he's okay. I'm happy to see Ernesto Suarez get up. A little wobbly, but he looks like he's going to be okay. I want to say a thank you to the medical staff here on duty. The job's not easy, but they take good care of our fighters. And I'm glad to see that Ernesto Suarez is walking around now congratulating Justin Arteaga on holding on to his bantamweight title. Great performance by Justin Arteaga. Faced adversity in that first round and came out, changed the fight in the second round with his wrestling, gave Ernesto Suarez something to think about with that takedown. And with him focused on defending that takedown, he left himself open for the counter, and Justin Arteaga with a huge hook knocks out Ernesto Suarez's mouthpiece and knocks him out of the fight. Another huge win for MMA Masters rising star Justin Arteaga, proving that MMA Masters is still one of the top gyms in all of Florida, if not the whole country. Ernesto Suarez looks like he's okay. Sure, he's a little disappointed, but he put up a good fight. Took the first round from the champ. Unfortunately, the champ got him in the end. Congratulations to Justin Arteaga on winning keeping the PFL bantamweight title. Look forward to seeing him again, hopefully in March when we come back with PFL 26 here at Champion Sports Bar and Arena.
Who do you want to see in your next title defense?
Right now, I'm not really worried about anything. I'll fight anybody. So, I already beat him number one.
Well done, Justin Arteaga. Let's have a round of applause for your champion, Justin Arteaga. And now a word from Sensei Cesar.
I just want to thank everybody coming and support PFL. And I want to really say something about these fighters. They are not amateur anymore. They already fight like a professional. And that was beautiful to watch. You know, we are in UFC all the time. But, you know, watching this was impressive. It was amazing to watch this right here, you know, and I know both of them are champion for me, you know, this is just a belt, but both of them are champion for us. It was a beautiful fight. Wouldn't be beautiful if the guy was just a regular fighter. Wouldn't be beautiful for him. It was beautiful because they're both amazing. And his brother, twin brother, wanna say something. And I wanna hear that.
Con el mayor respeto de todo su público y de todos los presentes, yo quiero retarlo a él, yo quiero verme hacer una pelea en el otro evento que se haga, a ver si eso puede ser posible.
You just wanna know if you wanna take the fight with him.
All I know is I'm about to go into the bar and down some shots.
Let's get it!
He'll be ready. He'll be ready for you. Yes.
Entonces mañana con la prueba,
All right, guys. Thank you for coming. And this was an amateur, was professional fight. Oh, we have one more guy. Master Daniel Verde. Master Daniel Verde. All right. Amazing fight, guys. I'm very proud of you, Justin. Your opponent also put a great fight. Congratulations, man. I see you guys soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming out. Please do not forget to follow all of our fighters on social media. And please go to our Facebook. And don't forget to support PFL for the Amateur Combat Sports Promotion Florida for 2019.
Wraps it up here from